I have decided that it is question and answer time. It's time for another one. It's been at least a few months, if not decades, since we did our last one. So ask as many questions as you want about whatever subject you want. Put them in the comments. It can be one comment with 100 questions or 200 comments with half a question. Anything goes, but I thought I'd say that really quick at the beginning of the video. Question and answer, baby. I will answer every question in the comments of this video in an upcoming video. Now, on to the real topic of today's video. The title of this video, it might seem harsh, it might seem clickbait, but I promise you, I'm not trying to clickbait you. It is my genuine opinion that the anime industry as of current year 2021 is hot fucking garbage. Let me explain to you guys, right? Why I have come to genuinely hate the anime industry. And I don't normally do this. In fact, I've never done this, and I will probably never do it again. But my one request for you guys, from the bottom of my heart, is actually just watch the video before you form an opinion. I know a lot of people struggle with confirmation bias on YouTube. They click on a video already forming an opinion of it, but hear me out, please. This will be the only time I've ever asked that, so if you could do that, I would appreciate it. Now, where to begin? Obviously, not every manga that is made can get an anime adaptation. That's just life. That's how it works. There are so many manga being made, and a lot of them don't have a big enough following, they don't have enough content, or they're just flat out not suited to being an anime adaptation. That happens, right? However, that being said, as much as anime has grown, we are essentially getting less and less anime every single year, right? It's 2021, anime is bigger than ever, but we are getting less anime than ever. And I will explain. I know that might sound confusing because you're like, what the heck? That doesn't make any sense to me. Statistically, that is not true. I will explain myself. I want you to take a moment and honestly think about anime releases over the past couple years. Just think about them, right? Picture them in your head. And I want you to honestly ask yourself, how many of those have been anything even remotely new or interesting? We might get dozens of anime per year, but how many of them have been just generic isekai bullshit, cookie cutter shonen bullshit, or romance anime containing no romance, or comedy anime that just repeat the exact same type of jokes we have seen for years now? Oh shit, oh no, main character is super strong, but nobody knows about it, and so they treat him like a bitch. That's amazing. Or, oh no, this fellow has found himself in a sexual position that he didn't intend, and he will now be blamed for it? That's amazing. I would like to see that 10,000 more times, please. Can we make that happen? Can those two things keep happening for yet another decade? And I know what you might be thinking. Well, at least I'm sure some of you are thinking this. Maybe it's a manga issue. It's not an issue of manga. See what I did there? Because they have issues. Anyways, I read an insane amount of manga. I read far more manga than I watch anime, especially nowadays. And I am, to this day, after reading like hundreds and hundreds of manga series, I am consistently blown away by how creative and willing to take risks many of them are. I'm, quite frankly, also disturbed by a lot of them, but at least the ones that make me feel horrified make me feel something, which is far more than I can say about any recent anime. There are tons of good manga series out there, but you see, therein lies one of the biggest problems. Good series are usually the ones doing something different, breaking the mold, taking risks, and clearly that shit just doesn't fly anymore. You know, I've been watching anime for a long time, and so I've been dealing with wanting manga to be animated and them not getting animated for a long time, right? However, the difference is when I got into anime long, long ago, anime was really niche. It had not taken off globally like it has now, and so there just wasn't enough money to go around, right? Even if everything was properly monetized, there just wasn't enough, so only a little bit could get animated. However, Nowadays, anime is a global phenomenon. It is widely accepted. There are millions, if not billions, of weebs on the planet, and yet, still to this day, good series that could make very good anime either don't get animated because they're a risk technically, or when they do get animated, they are massively underfunded if the studio or whoever is behind the anime funding wise, whoever's making the business decisions, if they don't know that it's a safe bet and it is going to guaranteed get returns, they underfund, which is another really big problem. In fact, underfunding is a huge problem right now, and at the rate things are going, it will soon be the single biggest problem by far facing anime. Even huge series, I'm talking like globe sweeping series are that are bringing in massive amounts of money in licensing and merchandise are getting this treatment. They're getting this underfunding, corner cutting, absolute bullshit. I'm going to just name a few for you. Let's think about Tower of God, Record of Ragnarok, God of High School, Baki, Attack on Titan, House Husbands. Those are House Husbands, House Husband. Those are all ones that have just happened in the last year or so and that I've made a video about. There are many, many, many more that I have not made videos about because I'm only one man who suffers from chronic laziness. I can't make videos about everything, you know. And regardless of how you personally feel about the series that I named earlier, it is an undeniable fact that every single one of them cut corners. To varying degrees, of course, but cut corners nonetheless. And if you can still appreciate and enjoy them despite that, then honestly, more power to you. I think that is an enviable trait, albeit one that I do not share. I don't work in the Japanese animation industry, so I can really only give you my perspective, which is that of an outsider. But an outsider who really cared a lot, one who used to get very, very excited about new releases, and one who would spend a lot of time watching and talking about anime with his friends. But I barely watch any new anime at all now, despite anime being bigger than ever and more profitable than ever. It seems like the new normal for anime is cut corners and play it safe. And I just can't deal with it anymore, I've realized. I just can't bring myself to care about anything new because I know new in quotes isn't actually new. It is either going to be some hot garbage like Record of Ragnarok that I'm excited for, and then I just get the red hot iron of Japanese industry shoved down my fucking throat and my expectations shattered and my life ruined, or it's going to be some stupid bullshit that's like, oh, here's an isekai, 17 million episodes. Here's where all of our money is going because statistically, isekais are the easiest to get returns off of. Why would I care? Why would I continue to care about any of this? I've seen it all a million times, and anything that's new that comes out that I am excited for is awful. I'm genuinely dreading my favorite manga getting an anime. That's so fucked up. I mean, just thinking about that is mind-blowing. I am genuinely upset that my favorite anime is getting a manga, or I said that in the reverse order. My favorite manga is getting an anime adaptation because I am 90% sure it's going to be trash. And I'm going to have to deal with that being the legacy of my favorite series. And that is just a hard pill to swallow. And you know, I it would be really easy for me to blame it all on a specific thing. I could say, "Oh, it's all the studio's fault for being super greedy," or "It's all the fans' fault for supporting regurgitation." But I just don't think it's that cut and dry. It is a complicated issue, and as of right now, I don't see any easier, quick way out of this downward spiral. Normally, I would be absolutely ripping into fans, but at this point, what is even the point? Like, what purpose does it serve? Clearly, my words are falling on deaf ears. So what honestly is the point anymore? there you have it, though. My long-winded, 4 cans deep of Monster Energy fueled late night rant. This is something that's been on my mind for a while now, but every time I've sat down to make this video, I've decided to not make it. And I've never made a video about it because it just felt like I don't really know how to explain it. It felt like if I made this video, it wouldn't be an ignorable feeling anymore, and that some part of me would have officially been lost. Like I would no longer be able to even pretend to have optimism about the future of anime. And I, I don't really know what this means long term for the channel. I'm going to finish up all the projects I'm currently working on, at least. There's quite a few. Um, but I don't know anymore. I've lost all love that I had left for anime, I think. And it's not a good feeling. Well, that discussion turned out a lot more somber than I was expecting. My bad. Sorry this video was such a downer. But on a more upbeat note, I will once again remind you about the Q&A. Any questions go, I will answer them all. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you again very, very soon.